In a previous video, I talked about how these old cabinets were in storage, and I talked about how I cleaned them up. And while I was at it, I talked a little bit about how they were constructed using pocket hole joinery. So I'll be sure to link to that video in the description. I was getting ready to load these cabinets in the car, and because my wife wants to hang these on the living room wall to put some trinkets in, it occurred to me that there's one more thing I want to talk about before I take these home, and that is being careful about the design of your cabinets, especially if they're going to be hung on a wall. For example, in these cabinets, I incorporated a hanging rail on the back. This gives me a solid place to drive screws into the wall without deforming the plywood back. In this particular cabinet, I recessed the plywood back into some grooves in the sides, the top, and the bottom, and then I added a hanging rail to flush out with the back of the cabinet. This way it provides a nice, strong, secure anchoring point for the screws. So the next time you design a cabinet, make sure to include a hanging rail, especially if it's going to be hung on a wall.